Hello, everybody. Welcome to our webinar dedicated to ONLYOFFICE Docs integration in Moodle. Today, our topic will be broad, so I will use this time to give you brief information about every aspect of the integration and what you can do with ONLYOFFICE Docs in Moodle, how to use ONLYOFFICE activity and employee forms for assignment automation, and also I will show you how it works in the interface, and of course, tell you about how our solutions offered for education. Let's begin. Let me introduce ONLYOFFICE Docs. Docs is a powerful web-based office suite designed to help businesses and individuals create, edit, collaborate on text documents, spreadsheets, and presentations. It is an open source alternative to proprietary office suites like Microsoft Office and Google Workspace. ONLYOFFICE Docs provides a wide range of features, including real-time collaboration, version control, and document co-authoring. It makes it a popular choice for teams that need to work together on projects remotely. And it also supports a variety of file formats, including Microsoft Office formats, Open Document, and PDF. ONLYOFFICE Docs is available as a self-hosted solution or as a cloud-based service, and it can be integrated with a variety of third-party platforms, including content management system, project management tools, and learning management systems like Moodle. The ONLYOFFICE Docs integration in Moodle enables document-related tasks and courses and allows educators and students to work collaboratively on different files inside the platform. Let's find out what you can do in Moodle using our suite. So the latest version of the integration app allows you to use ONLYOFFICE Docs in two ways. Firstly, you can attach fillable forms in the Moodle assignment model. And this is one of the most recent features we implemented in our integration. And you can also create and manage document activities in Moodle courses and work on documents inside these activities. Let me explain how it all works in practice. So one way to use ONLYOFFICE Docs in Moodle is to work on documents attached to your Moodle courses. So to get started, the teacher creates an ONLYOFFICE activity in a course to add documents and enable viewing and editing in the Moodle interface. Then the teacher adjusts the activity settings such as file type, permissions for the loading and printing, module ID, tags, access restriction, etc. For example, the teacher can assign editing permission to other teachers and allow students to view the documents only. After that, the teacher and the students start working on the attached document according to their access permissions, for example, viewing, editing, collaboration, etc. So here in ONLYOFFICE, Office OpenXML is the core file format. And it means that editors can seamlessly create and open docx, XLSX, and PPTX files. And moreover, ONLYOFFICE Docs supports other popular formats in Moodle like ODF and all Microsoft Office legacy formats such as Doc, XLS, and PPT. And these formats require conversion to Office OpenXML at first to enable editing. So you can even open a PDF and SJV files for viewing, which is very convenient in many situations. And ONLYOFFICE Docs also offers two new formats, DocXF, based on docx and used for editable form templates. And for ready-to-use forms, we use the all-form format. This format doesn't allow you to edit anything but the interactive fields where you can enter the required information. Now I'm going to show you how the ONLYOFFICE document activity works in Moodle. Let's go to the Moodle instance I have here. So we are logged in as an admin user, say a teacher, and let's create an activity. Let's go to, for example, this topic and add an activity. So you can browse and find ONLYOFFICE and all the activities that you have here. You can pick ONLYOFFICE document. And we can give sample name to document. Some details about it. So we can select the existing file or create new ones by clicking one of the icons. So we can upload one here, or we can choose, let's, for example, pick a document. Then we can also set different kinds of permissions. For example, we can allow download or restrict download, and same as for printing, and also protection tab in the documents. If we want to hide it from other users, we can also hide it. So let's set it fully. Okay, so we can add different kinds of access restrictions and other settings here as well. We click save and return to course, and once we click on the document, we will have the editor right here. Collapse the menu. And write some sample text. Okay, so the document is going to show all the changes immediately to the other participants, and depending on what types of permissions they have as students and teachers, they'll be able to see it or collaborate on it and perform other actions. Okay, let's go back now, and here I have logged in as a student. So okay, this is the course. Once we open a document, we're going to see text here. Okay, see, as for the student role, currently access is enabled. And we can see the changes simultaneously happening in both the editors. Okay, so since it's basically about OnlyOffice functionality further, I'm not gonna stay in this part for too long, and I will continue our webinar talking about some other features of the integration. Next, document automation with OnlyOffice forms can be a very important part of learning process, especially when it comes to creating and managing various types of assignments and submissions. And we can have a look at some possible scenarios. For example, standardized assignment templates that students can fill out, quizzes and tests, feedback forms, student applications for courses or programs, group project submissions, workbooks, records, and checklists. And with OnlyOffice forms, you can streamline the file assignment and submission process, automate grading, and reduce workload both for students and teachers. So basically, every process that involves repetition of standard files should be automated for better optimization of file creation and sharing. And forms are essentially a tool for creating and filling documents templates or forms. And at your disposal here are form building and configuration tools, ability to work collaboratively and share, special formats and features. And let's have a look at how it all works. So what exactly can you do with all forms? Of course, it's form creation. So you can build any desired form template using various form fields and adjust them with extended settings. And since you can work with forms online, you can create a form together with your teammates in real time and with less effort. And you're also able to share your forms with other users who can fill them out online. And at the same time, we remember about the established standards used in working with forms. And that's why we made it possible to export OnlyOffice forms to PDF format as well. So standard formats, by standard formats, we mean docx and PDF, for example, did not allow us to bring all the ideas into life. And that's why we decided to introduce new formats, docxf and oform. docxf is a form template you can create, and you can also edit it and collaborate on it. And oform is ready to fill in a form with a locked content that you can share with other users, which they can fill out. So moreover, you can export your forms to PDF to fill it out using any PDF editor such as Adobe. And it is also possible to save the forms in docx and other text formats. So OnlyOffice offers multiple field types for form creation. Text area allows inserting any text. Combo box for choosing and editing one of the predefined values from the list. Drop-down list for choosing one of the predefined values as well in another format. Checkbox for choosing all options that apply. Radio button for also choosing one of the options of the range. Images for inserting images. Also email address field, which implies entering the @ sign. Phone number field to set any needed phone number format. And using the complex field, you are able to compose any custom fields that you need and combine them together. Other types are date and time, zip code with multiple display options, and credit card field, which prohibits entering irrelevant symbols. So the new types are traditionally located in the format tab. So the past three were recently added in the forms. Each form field provides its own settings. So it's possible to adjust border and background colors, as well as change highlight colors. You can move and rotate form fields to put it in the right place in your document. You can insert the field in line with your text or fix its position. And you can mark an important form field as required so that it will not be possible to miss it. So you can add tips and placeholders to make your form easier for those who will fill it out, or group fields to allow filling them out simultaneously. And the newly added tag setting allows users who work with fields in automatic mode using other programs or parsing the document without opening it to simplify form creation. So for text fields, there are some additional important settings. It's possible to allow multi-line entry, specify a character limit, and set automatic fields resize to fit the text. You can also apply the combo characters, which spreads the user entered text evenly across the width of the text field. And besides, now you can allow usage of any specific symbols and set the needed format. None of the regular text fields, only digits or only letters. None for regular text fields, only digits or only letters. A battery mask also for phone numbers and regular expression, which is the rule according to which mandatory characters are entered in the field in a required order, such as email address, for example. And what's important, you can build forms together with your teammates. For example, you can create an agreement and you need to help from your you need help from your colleagues in different departments, and it's exactly the case. You can create such a form altogether in real time and switch to the strict mode and work on your part privately, showing the changes only once you save them. And you can also leave comments and mentions. You can review and track changes, browse version history, and also communicate right in the document to speed up the process. For example, you can use built-in chat or a Telegram plugin, as well as Jitsi and Zoom plugins to make audio and video calls. And okay, so you can also create and manage various user roles for field filling to make the process even more simple for everybody. For each document, a set of roles can be created and customized in a special menu. Then you assign the created roles to each field to indicate which of them should be filled out by each participant. And then users will be able to visually identify fields that they should fill out depending on the role matching colors. So in a Moodle, it is possible to make use of the platform's mechanics and introduce something completely new. And so this is how we created this new functionality for working with Moodle assignments, which doesn't work like our casual connectors, so to say. So the previous version of a connector, which is the main connector, allowed adding the document activity to the courses, which I previously described. It also gave control to over integration by a special settings model, which stays the same. And like recently, we started Moodle functionality, and we decided to try the new activity called assignments. And here teachers can create assignments for students. They can set up deadlines and configure different assignment parameters, and then grade student submissions. So we created an additional plugin that allows requesting file submissions and assignments using OnlyOffice forms. And I must mention that the plugin is separate from the main OnlyOffice integration plugin and needs to be installed in addition. And you can also find it in the Moodle Marketplace. The plugin automatically creates an individual form document on a backend for every student when the assignment with the attached docx form is published. So a teacher can build a master form with its, for example, with a feedback request or any kind of test or something else, and it can be done when creating a new assignment. And when assignment is published, each student receives their individual form for filling. They complete the form and submit the results, which the professor can evaluate. I'm going to show you how it works. In the same Moodle instance. So, okay, let's go back to the course. Okay, so in this case, we will add an activity called assignment. Okay, now let's save it. Let's add this. And we need to scroll down the settings and choose OnlyOffice document. So the editor will open here. It will be, so first time we open it, we'll see the default form. We can replace the content with anything we want, but just to save some time, I'm going to use this one as an example now. As you see, it is in docx format. Let's add some new fields. So for student name, project title, and deadline, we can, for example, add the text fields. I'm just going to show you from the beginning and delete those existing fields so you can see how it all works. So you can find all types of fields here in the Forms tab. You can change the placeholder, which is going to hint a user about what information should be added here. So we can add those placeholders, for example, a full name. We can also add a tip. In this case, we will see a little tip here when we hover the cursor over the field. We can also add different kinds of keys. For example, if we add, it's probably not going to be relevant to this particular case, but just for the sake of demonstration, there is also such a parameter as a key. For example, let's call this key 1. And if we add the same key to 2 different fields, once one field is complete, the other field will be filled with absolutely the same information. This is, for example, when you have to use some kind of date multiple times, or a name of one of the members, or some other repeated information throughout any kind of document or text that you're working with. This is a very useful feature. It is also possible to change background colors, design, and everything. For now, it's painted by the roles color before it's filled. Yeah. So it's possible to fully customize the fields. We can also make them required. We can change the format. For example, in a name, there should be only letters, and so on. Okay, here we can choose different types of fields. They're gonna be good for this occasion. For example, checkbox or radio button. And so what is basically the difference is that when you add a checkbox, then you can choose multiple items. And with in this case, since they can only pick one of the faculties, we can use radio button because it's going to allow a student to only pick one of them from the text. Okay, so you can find out more details about how every field works and how to fully configure them in our help center or on special videos on creating forms. And now I'm going to move on further in order to show you the full integration functionality. So let's save this assignment and go back to the interface of the student. Okay, so this student is enrolled in this particular course. So we're going to go to the assignment. Once we click add submission, we're going to see the editor popping up. And we're going to see the form filling interface. Yeah, okay, so yeah, the fields they don't allow spaces by default. So in this case, I cannot put the space, but okay. Anyway, so now filled in this. This is only letters, so I can put one here. Okay, let's call it project. And the deadline should be for example. Yeah, as you can see, when 2 or more fields have the same key, this information is in one of them are going to duplicate in others. So once the students, let's complete it. Once the student is done with filling the form is going to be submitted. And here we can view all the submissions and open the filled form in the same editor. So as I said, in this case, the teacher, someone with admin role, creates a docx file, which is one for all of the students. And once the submission is saved, it's going to, OnlyOffice is going to generate separate all form files for each of the participants, which they fill out independently of each other. So in case you want to find some entry point for creating forms, and also maybe found a lot of new templates that already exist for you, we created a library with the forms, and we are extending the number of the available templates constantly. So you can explore it and you can see examples of many different forms. You can use them for yourself. You can even fill them out right on the website. And you can just scan the QR code to jump straight to the form library. To learn more about how to create forms in details, you can visit our help center and find everything about every field, every property, every mechanic, etc. So a few words about OnlyOffice integration in Moodle. So getting started with OnlyOffice Docs in simple, you just need to have a Moodle instance of version 3.9.10 or newer, and you will need to install OnlyOffice Docs, which is technically is called OnlyOffice Document Server instance, and the version should be 4.4.7. 4.2.7 or newer. And after the installation, you will need to get OnlyOffice integration app for Moodle from GitHub or Moodle plugins directory and configure it. If done correctly, you'll be able to work on documents in your Moodle platform. The instructions for the configuration of the plugin are available in our documentation and on GitHub. So let's have a look at different editions of OnlyOffice that can be used together with Moodle. So you need to choose the right version of OnlyOffice Docs to meet your needs, importantly. So for individual use or for a small team, you can try the free community edition. It has no limitations in terms of editing functionality of the suite, but allows not more than 20 simultaneous connections. So simultaneously opened tabs for documents. This is why it's not the best choice for big teams and large educational organizations with multiple departments that need collaboration all in one system. But it's still absolutely free to use and accessible version of Docs that you can integrate. If you need professional technical support, regular updates, and also clustering capabilities, might be a good idea to opt for the commercial version of this suite, OnlyOffice Docs Enterprise Edition. It's a scalable edition that can be easily adopted to any number of users. And the best thing about this version of OnlyOffice Docs is that there are special discounts for educational organizations, schools, universities, education centers. So just contact us for a quote to understand the pricing. And for those who don't want to deal with local servers and install editing, there's a special version of OnlyOffice Suite, OnlyOffice Docs in the cloud. It is a cloud-based version of OnlyOffice Docs that requires no installation. It is hosted, maintained, and updated by the OnlyOffice team. And there are two tariff plans, need business and VIP plan. And we also offer special education program for it. So don't hesitate to contact our sales department to know more details about it. I'm curious to know how educational institutions use OnlyOffice Docs in combination with Moodle to provide better learning experiences. At University Grenoble Alps, France, OnlyOffice is widely used in different ways. It has been integrated into Alfresco, available for staff only, and Moodle and Shamilo e-learning platforms used by teachers and students for document editing and co-authoring. Now teachers are able to share course materials, and students can write their research papers, essays, and reports right inside the learning platforms without switching between multiple apps. Another use case is Collège Lycée Sacré-Cœur du Travail in Tahiti, a Catholic school that implemented OnlyOffice and Moodle in its educational process to offer students the opportunity to do homework and projects individually or in groups. With the combined solution, now students can prepare talks using dedicated Moodle activity, write reports, and keep track of their achievements. At the same time, teachers can schedule events with their students and work collaboratively with another departments that they want. On this note, I'm finishing today's webinar. Thank you very much for your attention. I hope everybody learned something new and eager to try OnlyOffice integration in Moodle. So have a great day, everyone. Goodbye.